Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Tin Man Score channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey the Tin Man Taylor, and today I'm kicking off my new Creepy Diaries marathon for you guys. And the first video I'm reacting to today is the Haunted Hotel Room 13 horror story. So without further ado, I'm going to turn these lights off, move the camera up here for you guys, and let's get this reaction on the road in the back, shall we? Okay, here we go.
I'd been planning this trip with my girlfriend for months. We were both excited to finally embark on our journey, but it was a long drive, and we needed a place to rest.
Right.
As we drove through a small regional city, we spotted a hotel that seemed perfect for a night stay. The hotel was old and had a certain charm to it. The sign outside read, "The Grand Hotel," and it looked like it had seen better days. We decided to give it a try, hoping for a comfortable night's sleep. As we entered the lobby, the musty smell of old wood and dust filled our nostrils.
He's right about one thing. You're on the road too long and you're starting to feel sleepy. You got to pull over somewhere, spend the night, and then you get back on the road the next morning. Well, if you find a hotel, you better stop and check to see if they got anything available room-wise. If not, you're going to either have to sleep in your car or find another hotel. But I don't know why, but the older hotels have more of a historic charm to them. And if you go to something new like a Best Western or Ramada Inn or one of them other hotel name brand franchises, then theirs is going to be too elegant and modernized. The ones with the rustic charm always do look nice. But anyway, let's continue with this guy's story, shall we?
The receptionist, an elderly woman with a kind smile, greeted us warmly. She handed us the room key and informed us that we had been assigned room 13. My girlfriend and I exchanged a nervous glance. We both knew that the number 13 was considered unlucky, but we didn't want to make a fuss. We took the key and headed up to our room. The room was small and dimly lit, with a single bed, a dresser, and a small bathroom. The walls were adorned with old paintings, and the floor creaked with every step. We decided to ignore the eerie atmosphere and get some rest.
You know, I never thought about 13 being unlucky, but we do have Friday the 13th, and that kind of gets so spooky when that day arrives and people get superstitious, like something bad is going to happen. But you should think that when you stay at a hotel or see a number 13 anywhere else. You need to be brave just to get through the night.
As we settled in, I noticed that the room had a peculiar smell, like a mixture of damp earth and decaying wood. I tried to ignore it, but the scent seemed to grow stronger as the night wore on. My girlfriend and I decided to turn in early, as we had a long day of sightseeing ahead of us. As I lay in bed, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The room felt cold and unwelcoming, and the silence was deafening. I must have dozed off because the next thing I knew, I was jolted awake by a loud banging noise. It sounded like someone was knocking on the door. I glanced at the clock and saw that it was 3 a.m. I got out of bed and cautiously approached the door. As I reached for the handle, the banging stopped. I hesitated for a moment, then decided to open the door. To my surprise, there was no one in the hallway. The only sound was the faint creaking of the old wooden floorboards. I closed the door and returned to bed, trying to convince myself that it was just my imagination. As I lay there, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I glanced around the room, but there was nothing out of the ordinary. The paintings on the walls seemed to stare back at me, their eyes following my every move. Suddenly, I heard a soft whisper in my ear. It was a woman's voice, but it was so faint that I couldn't make out what she was saying. I sat up in bed, my heart racing. My girlfriend stirred beside me, but she didn't wake up. I decided to investigate the source of the whisper, but as I got out of bed, I felt a sudden chill in the air. The room seemed to grow colder, and the air was thick with an unnatural stillness.
Then I'll be checking, okay, is the window open, letting in a breeze, or is the air conditioning cut on and it's at full blast? Because that'd be creepy that you just wake up and it's cold all of a sudden. But I got a feeling it ain't none of that. There's actual ghost wandering around in that room making everything cold. Is it friendly? I don't know. But that'd be kind of creepy hearing a woman's voice in your ear while you're trying to sleep.
I approached the dresser where the whisper seemed to be coming from. As I reached out to touch it, I felt a sudden jolt of electricity course through my body. I stumbled backward, my heart pounding in my chest. I turned to my girlfriend, hoping that she had witnessed the strange occurrence. but she was still fast asleep, completely oblivious to the events unfolding around her. I decided to leave the room and find the receptionist. Maybe she could shed some light on the strange happenings in room 13. As I stepped into the hallway, I felt a sudden gust of wind, as if someone had opened a window. I made my way down to the lobby, where the receptionist was still sitting behind the desk. She looked up at me with a concerned expression. "Is everything all right, young man?" she asked. I hesitated for a moment, unsure of how to explain the strange events that had occurred in our room. I think there's something wrong with our room," I stammered. "We heard strange noises and felt a cold draft." The receptionist nodded knowingly. "Room 13 has a history, you see," she said. "Many guests have reported strange occurrences over the years. Some say it's haunted." I was taken aback by her casual admission. "But why haven't you done anything about it?" I asked. The receptionist shrugged. "We've tried to fix the problem, but it always seems to come back. Some people believe that the spirits are tied to the hotel itself and that they can't be removed." I thanked the receptionist for her honesty and returned to our room.
Oh, thank you for that information, but you should have told us about that sooner and be like, well, can we get another room then? I mean, at that point, I'll be saying, well, can't you get like an exorcist or somebody in there? Make them spirits cross over? But it seems like sometimes there's always them friendly spirits that really don't want to leave yet. They're still attached to a specific spot. And you see it all the time in them ghost hunting shows. And you tell them that if you're not going to harm the residents, then you're welcome to stay. But if you act mean towards them, you gotta go. Plain and simple.
My girlfriend was still fast asleep, completely unaware of the conversation I'd just had. I lay in bed, unable to sleep. The room felt even colder than before, and the paintings on the walls seemed to mock me with their unblinking eyes. As the first light of dawn began to filter through the window, I finally drifted off to sleep. When I woke up, my girlfriend was already up and dressed, ready to start our day of sightseeing. We left the hotel without saying a word about the strange events that had occurred the night before. As we drove away, I couldn't help but glance back at the old building, wondering what secrets it held within its walls. From that day on, I never stayed in a hotel room with the number 13. And whenever I hear someone mention the number, I can't help but feel a shiver run down my spine.
Well, thankfully, them ghosts left you alone while you went back to sleep. But I'm surprised that his girlfriend did not even wake up from all the commotion he was making. Luckily, they were able to continue on the rest of their trip there and did not pack their bags in a hurry and got out quick. Like, it would be cool to witness something paranormal. I do not want to get involved with any wicked ghost paranormal stuff that might cause physical harm. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more Creepy Diaries content like this. This has been another successful installment of the Tin Man's Quarter channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor. I said that's a wrap, and have a nice day, y'all.